Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana.
Hello, savvy investors and curious minds. Welcome to a fascinating tour of Africa, a continent often known for its rich culture, wildlife safaris, and breathtaking landscapes. But today, we're diving beneath the surface to uncover Africa's hidden economic goldmine. This isn't just about exotic places and adventures, it's about real, tangible opportunities that could supercharge your investment portfolio. Now, why Africa? Because while the rest of the world might be slowing down, Africa's economies are revving up. Tech innovation sprouting, investment-friendly reforms underway, and resources that are practically waiting to be tapped. In this video, we'll explore how you can invest smartly in indexes, commodities, and stocks that are shaping Africa's future growth. So whether you're an experienced investor or just Africa curious, stick around. By the end, you'll know why putting your money in this continent might just be the best decision you make this year. Now, part 1, the economic landscape. So let's get real. When most people hear Africa, they still think of dusty deserts, lions casually eyeing tourists, and let's be honest, the occasional apocalypse survival movie vibe. But beyond the cliches and wildlife documentaries, the continent is undergoing an economic renaissance that's hard to ignore. Think of Africa as a startup underdog of the global economy, a bit rough around the edges, but packed with untapped potential so explosive it could blow the roof off the global market. Countries like Nigeria and Kenya aren't just surviving, they're thriving with tech hubs that would make Silicon Valley raise an eyebrow. Plus, South Africa's economy still packs a punch, and Egypt is busy proving it's more than just ancient pyramids and sand. Now, sure, Africa comes with its challenges: political volatility, infrastructure that sometimes feels like a game of don't trip on the power outage, and currency swings that would make your head spin faster than a soda bottle rocket. But these are exactly the hurdles for the most daring investors, mean bigger potential payoffs. You know, kind of payoffs where you have to hold on tight and maybe keep a spare stress ball hand. And here's the kicker: over 60% of Africa's population is under 25 years old. That's not just a demographic statistic, that's a generation so young and hungry for growth it's basically economic jet fuel. Their investments aren't just betting on markets, they're bets on the future workforce, consumers, and creators who are reshaping everything from finance to entertainment. In plain terms, Africa's youth is its secret weapon, and they're charging ahead like it's a Black Friday sale on life. Part 2, investing in African indexes. Let's talk indexes next, because sometimes you don't want to pick one stock and pray it doesn't crash and burn. You want a little safety net. Enter African indexes. Yes, I know, that is a thing. These babies spread your money across multiple stocks, kind of like hedging your bets if one of them decides to take a nosedive into the economic abyss. The FTSE JSE of Africa Index is probably the most famous, shining a spotlight on South African markets. It's like the Beyonce of African indexes, dominant, influential, and with reach extended well beyond its borders. Then there's the MSCI Africa Index, which gives you broader exposure, including dynamic markets like Egypt, Morocco, and Kenya. Think of it as the international collaboration album between Africa's best economic brands. Why is this smart? Well, investing in indexes is a bit like joining a team sport. You might not be the star quarterback, but you're part of the winning squad. It smooths out the wild ride you might experience if you bet everything on one high risk, high reward stock, and trust me, African markets can be wild. One day you're riding high, the next a regulatory curveball hits faster than you can say diversification. But here's the good news: those rapid ups and downs means opportunity. If you're brave enough for a little adrenaline with your portfolio, indexes in Africa can give you a stake in a continent that's growing faster than a comedy podcast subscriber count. Part 3, Africa's natural wealth. Now onto commodities. Africa is the world's treasure chest when it comes to natural resources: gold, platinum, oil, and rare earth animals. They've got it all. Investing in commodities or commodity stocks like mining companies can be a way to ride the global demand for materials used in everything from smartphones to electric vehicles. Now here's a fun fact: South Africa produces around 70% of the world's platinum, a metal that's essential for catalytic converters and fuel cells. So if you want a platinum chance to shine in commodities, that's where to look. Part 4, promising stock opportunities. Now let's zero in on individual stocks. where you can really get your hands dirty and pick the winners. Africa's stock markets might not be the first names on every investor's lips, but that's exactly what makes them intriguing. The potential for discovery, growth, and yes, a bit of thrill. One of the hottest sectors right now is especially fintech. Africa is leading the global charge in mobile banking and digital payments, largely because millions of people have bypassed traditional banks altogether. Instead, they jump straight to mobile wallets and payment platforms. Remember M-Pesa, Kenya's mobile money revolution that's basically like having a bank in your pocket? Even if you're deep in the savannah, it's changed the game and created billion-dollar unicorns. Apart from fintech, look at the consumer goods and telecoms. Africa's middle class is expanding and demanding everything from smartphones to fast internet and everyday products. Companies operating in these sectors are scaling rapidly to meet this demand, which means growth opportunities for investors who can stomach some market volatility. Renewable energy is another bright spot, with electrification rates still rising and an urgent need for sustainable solutions. Solar and wind have become the continent's new gold rush, attracting investments worldwide. But, and that's a big but, stocks here can be a roller coaster. Market swings, political shifts, and regulatory changes can cause sharp moves. So if you're investing in African stocks, make sure you're strapped in for the ride. Think of it as thrilling without the motion sickness, most of the time. And also, plan your stop loss and your capital to risk ratio. Part 5, the risks and rewards. It's time for some real talk. Africa's investment landscape isn't all sunshine and baobab trees. Along with rewards come risks that any savvy investor should know. Political instability can rattle markets, and changing in government policies can sometimes feel like a gamble. Currency volatility is another classic challenge. You could wake up one day and find your gains sliced by exchange rate shifts that even the best economics didn't see coming. And of course, regulatory environments vary wildly from country to country. Not exactly a one-size-fits-all kind of place. But here's the bright side. These challenges are exactly what make Africa exciting. In investment, risks and reward dance hand in hand. But when you venture into emerging markets, you get a front row seat to this dance. A dance that can lead to outsized return if you're patient, prudent, and diversified. Many experienced investors see Africa as a long-term play, meaning it's about planting seeds now and nurturing them through ups and downs until they grow into something substantial. It takes patience, yes, but also a broader perspective. Africa isn't just a collection of markets, it's a continent on the cusp of transformation, driven by innovation, useful energy, and a growing appetite for development. Investing here isn't just about chasing profits, it's about being part of a larger story, one of empowerment, growth, and impact. So if you're ready for the adventure, Africa can reward you not just financially, but with the knowledge that you helped fuel a rising economic powerhouse. So, whether it's buying into indexes to spread out your risk, dipping toes into commodity markets, or picking high growth stocks in tech and consumer sectors, Africa offers a dynamic range of opportunities for the adventurous investor. Just remember to do your research, be mindful of the risk, and keep an eye on the big picture. Now, thank you for watching, and happy investing, because this continent's potential is no mirage, it is very real.